All right, we'll still not call it a day. I will not do justice to the people who have spent the afternoon with us. This I'm talking about is table 5. Table 5. So, can I have table 5 present for just 5 minutes? I would like to do justice to your deliberations also. You have come all the way here, you heard everyone, and I'm sure everyone, it's fair that they also get a chance to speak and you get to hear. For those of you who are in a terrible hurry, I can understand, but please let's hear them out also, because they also have deliberated on that topic at their end also. So, who is going to take charge, Zenul or Braj? Because you guys were also having a con call. Jayesh, okay, that's Jayesh Sali from Reliance Retail.
Thank you guys, appreciate the encouragement. So I'm Jayesh, I work for Reliance Retail, part of the fashion and lifestyle business. Today's topic for the day is measuring the moment. Are your purpose-driven ad campaigns effective? So before we delve into the topic, I would like to set the context. Where once it was all about status, logo, exclusivity, high voltage campaigns, brands in today's times are actors in social conversations, driven by a renewed sense of purpose and responsibility, and hence more and more consumers are gravitating towards businesses with heart. And I think this sense of belonging sets a commodified product or offering apart from its competitors, as we see and realize that in most of the categories, functional differences have become marginal, which means product differentiation alone cannot offer you that sustainable advantage. And which is why, as a result, brand differentiation has become even more important than ever before. And consumers are increasingly relying on intangible emotional elements to inform and guide their decisions, and not just rational performance metrics. So, what is purpose-led brand? What does it mean? It means a more holistic approach towards the values and beliefs you have. And the most important question today is that how do we measure the effectiveness? How do we measure its impact? So while the traditional metrics like ROI or conversion rates are still relevant, but with the new age, we also have many more metrics to follow and measure, which could be your brand reputation, NPS, social impact, weightage of the conversation it is able to generate on traditional as well as digital mediums, and so on and so forth. So I have a robust team of experts from various walks of life or various industries who will shed light on this topic and also share some personal experiences of the groundbreaking and inspiring work that they've done in this space. So that's all from me. In short, the point that we are wanting to drive today or wanting you to take home is to strive to make things better and not just better things. So over to the team. Thank you, guys.
Hi, I'm Brij Kishore. Varied experience across different sectors. Relevant to the topic, I would like to, convey a story that we did when I was head of brand communication at SBI Life Insurance. So insurance, unfortunately, in this country, it is bought, sold, and communicated not in the right way. Aapka paisa double ho jayega is not insurance. Okay, insurance is about death of the bread earner of the family. Financial preparedness of the family in case of the death, unfortunate death of the bread earner. When I joined SBI Life and I understood the landscape, the first ad that we did was father-son dialogue and father-daughter conversation, where son or the daughter is having conversation with the father. Agar hamari family mein aisa kuch hua, to are we prepared? Okay, and ET Brand Equity went on to classify, term that ad as in the best and bekar ad category as the best ad, that after a long time, any BFSI company has hit the nail. And we went on to make a series of ads, and relevant to the topic, we made a viral film, Papa Haina, where Niti Mohan and her own father, they were actors, and Niti Mohan was the singer. If you have not seen that film, please, I recommend you, please go and see on YouTube. There in the script, and the value proposition of the brand was is life insurance is that once life insurance product is taken, family is financially secure, that assurance to the daughter, Papa Hannah. Okay, so that was the film about. And it went on to win a number of awards across various forums. So what we feel is that your brand value proposition should be clearly articulated, and the purpose-driven advertising that you're doing should not merely be lip service. It should be interwoven into the brand value proposition. It should be aligned with the brand value proposition. And another thing that came out very strongly here is that to seek budget for a purpose-driven ad internally. Internally, you know, it is the marketing department who has the toughest job. You have to get approval from your business head or CEO for a purpose-driven ad, which is not directly going to, you know, add value to the sales, but indirectly to add to the brand saliency. And that is a very, very tough job. And their marketeers has a tough job to do. Thank you for this.
Hello, everyone. Just the last point, because we really wanted to bring out the real examples. So, quoting from one of my earlier projects, wherein I was involved in the architecture, engineering, and construction, quoting what we were also discussing before on the sustainability and ESG, all those kind of initiatives. I think it boils down right from the top down. When we talk about the purpose-driven, so herein we are not only talking about the ads, but the entire campaign. And then there was a very impactful campaign which we did with respect to the sewage problem, which the entire Maharashtra had before. So yeah, I think it has to be built in. The entire story has to come out rather than having the piecemeal stuff. So that is going to be our take.
Entire blame goes to Mr. Rajesh, because he made me sit on this table and then I turned around and see that he's gone to that one. I know. I know, isn't it? So what I wanted to say was that I belong to the travel industry. My name is Abhishek Mago, by the way, and I've been in travel industry for almost 14, 15 years, although 21 years of experience, but in marketing most of the time. And we currently are working in about 32 different geographies across Middle East and Africa and Americas. But then what we could always see was that when it came to purpose, by default, the purpose that actually comes to everybody's mind is sustainability from the environmental standards. So it was always about sustainable travel initiative. So was a package of a renewable material bottle, a bag, and a couple of other ingredients in it given to the passengers, was that enough? Was it enough to actually showcase that a particular flight has reduced carbon emission norms? Was that enough in terms of sustainability? Probably it wasn't. But, and I joined this organization about a year and a half back, and over a period of time I realized that the CEO was extremely passionate about feeding the children in Africa. But there was nothing really done about it, because everything is actually about spending $1 on an initiative which would not have a return on investment. So that was always a problem with the investors. I guess the power of purpose can only be unlocked when you actually create a strategy to imbibe that purpose in the business strategy, operations, and employees. So what we did over the past 1 year is that as of now, we feed about 300,000 kids meals 3 times a day across Africa, different countries on a month-on-month basis, and that has been actually a constant for the last 8 months. We have sponsored education for about 50,000 odd students, growing by the month. We created our own schools. It finally took a shape of a school for that matter. But then, having said that, it is still a dollar amount being actually spent. Is there an ROI that is coming into perspective? How do we measure that is always going to be the question of an investor. We are spending a huge dime. We are relating it to the brand perception increase. We are relating it to becoming the top of the mind brand. But how do we quantify it in actual numbers on a month-on-month basis? We probably could show it over a period of 12 months, 52 weeks, maybe a little more than that, for that matter. I cannot actually showcase it, that we do this today. Next month, our revenue or our top line would actually increase by this particular amount. So is it only about creating a brand purpose, or is it actually about creating a brand value out of it? It is probably about creating a brand value. I guess there was something regarding ESG that we were talking about, was it just an eyewash, that 15-page or 90-page report that is actually being created? Maybe ESG is actually being taken in a particular fashion by a lot of people or a lot of organizations. But then are we actually doing and putting concrete efforts into making that an initiative of the organization, bring about the power of purpose by imbibing it into the strategy? As of now, we can actually very proudly say that specifically in countries like Nigeria and Ghana, which from our perspective are very poor countries, which are not. They're actually not poor countries. There is not one single poor soul in that organization, or sorry, in that geography. But then we have actually created a brand perception, or it just automatically got created to such a level that people want to come and join us. They want to join our organization. We don't have to go hunt for people now. Probably that is a value that we have created. But can that still be showcased to investors as measurement is still a question that we are toying around with. We have not really found a solution for it. Sorry, that's...
I don't actually have a question. I was going to give an example. If you go to YouTube, and I'm not sure how many of you have seen, Help a Child Reach 5. This is a campaign which Lifebuoy has run in India, Indonesia, parts of Africa. If you don't cry after seeing those ads, and when you do good, do good. Don't put your brand over there to do good, okay? So don't get into RI, use the CSR money when you're doing good. Don't get into whether the awareness levels are increasing, persuasion is increasing, that doesn't happen. So it's a genuinely done campaign. I've seen that ad, I teach advertising as a thing. I cry almost every time I see the campaign. You see that, so again, when you do good, do good. Don't get into saying, I want to think. If you're going to be a purposeful brand, then yes, be authentic. But if you're a Lifebuoy attacking it, it does carry credit for Lifebuoy, but it comes at 28 seconds or 29 seconds, rather than, from a branding expert saying, oh, first 7 seconds, the branding has to come through. No. So if you're doing good, do good. There is another campaign which Unilever is running now, which is Swasth SKB, which is a campaign which will give malnutrition. They are targeting malnutrition. Again, you will not find any Unilever prompt coming in the first 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So if you're using your CSR money and you're doing good, do good for the sake of doing good. Don't just get into